What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is finally time for the Champions League semi-final second leg predictions here on the channel, and boy, it is going to be an exciting round. Can Liverpool turn over the 3-0 deficit? Can Tottenham come back from 1-0 down against Ajax? We're going to talk about it in this video. Now let's take a little look back at my first leg predictions. We'll take a little look back at my analysis and then my score prediction as well. So for the Ajax-Tottenham game, I wrote down that the Dutch league were taking the weekend off to allow Ajax to prepare for the semi-final. They'll be fresh and looking to score an away goal, and it was away from home that they knocked out Real Madrid and Juventus. My main statement was that this will be a close game with a lot of action, and in saying that, I said the game would be a 2-2 draw. My analysis was actually completely correct, but the goals were not. It was a close game, there was a lot of action, but there weren't that many goals. I suppose there's always going to be action in a semi-final, and Tottenham really came back into the game into the second half, and Ajax did well to win 1-0 thanks to Donny van der Beek's goal. And so I predicted 2-2. The analysis was right, the score was wrong. But usually the first leg tends to be lower scoring. For example, Tottenham against Man City, 1-0 in the first leg, 4-3 in the second leg. What are you going to do? But basically, what we're going to be looking at now is the next game, which was Barcelona versus Liverpool. Now, credit to Liverpool, they didn't play like a team that deserved to get beat 3-0. I feel like, again, that my analysis was fairly accurate, and I feel like my scoreline would have been a better reflection of the game. But then saying that, Dembele had a chance at the end to make it 4-0. It was a fairly easy chance for a player of his caliber to make it 4-0. But basically, my analysis was that Liverpool have won their last 9 games and have been doing what's necessary to get the win. Still continuing that against Newcastle, albeit that was a very lucky win for Liverpool, the 3-2 win against Newcastle that happened yesterday. I think they were, very fortunate to get that win, given that the free kick that Shaqiri took to get the assist to get the final goal wasn't really a foul, and I just think they were very, very lucky in the end. And also, Alexander-Arnold should have been sent off for the handball, but it went in, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. But I said that this was going to be a close game. I was wrong on that, to be honest. I said Liverpool have been looking for an away goal and will try to keep it as close as possible in order to take the game to Anfield to try and qualify from there, and I predicted a 2-1 win to Barcelona. I thought that would have been fair enough. Had Salah actually put the ball away instead of hitting the post at the end, it would have been 3-1. Would have been a little bit better. But yeah, so a convincing win for Barcelona, thanks to a bit of magic from the magic man himself, Lionel Messi. But anyway, let's get into the Champions League semi-final for this week, the second leg. Tottenham are going to Ajax, so it's going to be a very interesting tie. But Tottenham, they're completely bottling it. At this time, they might not even finish in the top 4, despite literally being in the title race up until a few months ago. They lost to Bournemouth 1-0 at the weekend after a very frustrating game. Kane and Son are finishing the Premier League, and Kane is still injured, I think. And so this will be Son's last game of the season if they're eliminated. So he'll have a point to prove, and that he is what Spurs need and what they in turn lacked in the first leg. And I think Ajax did struggle a little bit against Spurs towards the end of the game. They struggled to deal with the likes of Llorente and Sissoko. Matthias de Ligt admitted that in a post-game interview. And I don't think they'll find it any easier against Son Heung-min. And I think Spurs will take the first 15 to 20 minutes to just keep themselves in the tie and see how Ajax play at home, because Ajax haven't been as good at home. You know, they drew with Juventus and they lost to Real Madrid in the knockout rounds, which, you know, isn't terrible. It was only a 2-1 and a 1-1, but, you know, you get the point. So I think Tottenham will kind of keep themselves in the tie. They won't want to concede goals early on to really just get themselves out of it. But I think in doing so, in playing a little bit more defensively, because it's only a 1-goal deficit, they won't need to go crazy for goals like Liverpool will in their tie. I think this will be when Ajax will have the best chances, and I think that they could nick a goal. I think Ajax will be mentally, they are mentally stronger than Spurs at the moment, and I think they will be able to get to the final with a very entertaining draw. I think Tottenham, in trying to keep themselves in the tie by not conceding too many, will actually concede. It sounds backwards, but I could see that happening. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I know I said that in the last round, you know, a 2-2 in the first leg. Again, perhaps a bit naive of me, knowing that first legs tend to be lower scoring than the second leg, because in the second leg, one of the two teams has a point to prove, has a mission that they need to accomplish. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this one, with Ajax going through 3-2 on aggregate into the final. Now, Liverpool versus Barcelona coming up. Liverpool have a mountain to climb. They will play their strongest team, despite well, they'll play their strongest team available, because I don't know if Firmino is actually available. Salah sustained a head injury against Newcastle. I don't know how he'll fare in that. I mean, maybe if Salah is a doubt, they might actually not play him against Barcelona, given the gargantuan task, and try and save him for the final game against Wolves, which if Man City beat Leicester tomorrow, we'll still be out of Liverpool's hands as to whether or not they win the title. And I think if Man City beat Leicester, I don't see them losing to Brighton. So I think it all rests on tomorrow's game in the Premier League. But I think this will happen in one of two ways. I know most games happen in one of two ways, but I think Liverpool will win, but will fall short due to a Barcelona away goal. Or they try too hard to get back into the game early on like they have to do, which would lead to Barcelona taking an early lead, and it could end, 2-1 either way. Whether Barcelona then maintain a professional performance, get the first goal, let Liverpool equalise, then maybe score a second, because there's just not enough time for Liverpool to win. They'll make mistakes, leave themselves open at the back, and Barcelona get a 2-1 win, or Liverpool do bring it back, but only to a 2-1 win. I think that Liverpool are very professional, and they actually played very, very well against Barcelona, so I think they're going to do well in this game. However, Barcelona have a brilliant 3-goal cushion, and I think Barcelona will do what's necessary to get through to the final. So on the day, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Liverpool. Like I said, one of two ways. Either the 3-1 win to Liverpool, or they'll choke by trying to attack too much at the beginning, and Barcelona will get the better of them, and it'll be a 2-1 either way. But I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Liverpool, sending Barcelona through 4-3 on aggregate to lead to a Barcelona and Ajax final. And as a one-off game, it could be very exciting for Ajax, potentially. And obviously, as an Arsenal fan, it'd be great to see Tottenham out. It'd be even better to see Tottenham out of the top 4. A real bottle job season if that were to happen. But yeah, those are my predictions. A 2-2 draw between Ajax and Tottenham, sending Ajax through to the final, and a 3-1 win to Liverpool, sending Barcelona through to the final. So let me know down in the comments what you think. That's going to do it from me, and I'll see you in the next video very soon for the Europa League semi-final.